have reached Teller County Sheriff's Office.
Teller County Sheriff's Office, this is Shannon.
Hi, Shannon. This is Pauline Callahan. I need to find out who the supervisor is for Marcus.
Let me transfer you to the lieutenant's voicemail, okay?
All right, thank you, Shannon.
You've reached the Teller County Sheriff's Office, Lieutenant Walter. I'm either busy or on another line. Please leave a message after the tone. Thank you.
This is Pauline Callahan, phone number 7. Livingston and Marcus are currently working on case number 20-00839. My husband had premeditated attempted murder. My lab results are back. I did send those over to you guys yesterday. We're looking at heavy metal toxins, thallium, and a whole bunch of a whole list of a bunch of other stuff, including pesticides and things like that. So I need to know what is going to be done about it. I want charges pressed on him. Again, my number is 7. Thank you.
This is Deputy Livingston with the Teller County Sheriff's Office. How you doing?
I'm fine. I was just getting ready to send you an email. So,
So what's up?
I'm pretty upset that that things aren't getting done. You know, that he's not. I don't think that things are being taken seriously. I mean, do you have any idea what thallium does to somebody?
Thallium? Where do you get thallium from?
Did you look at my test results?
Ma'am, I haven't gotten your test results. I sent you an email.
I emailed those to you, and when I got them Friday, as soon as I received them.
Okay, but have you gotten any of my text messages? Any of my emails?
I have not gotten emails from you. No.
Okay, I sent an email to you on the 20th. I left you 2 voice messages while I was on shift last week.
And I did try to call you back, on those, but I got transferred to your voicemail.
Okay.
So when I called dispatch, they transferred me to your voicemail.
Because the last day I was actually at work, I hadn't received any emails, any calls from you at all. I did receive one email in regards to you telling me that about the rabbits.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
but nobody wants to take me seriously, so, you know.
No. See, my thing is this. In regards to the rabbit situation, like I try to explain to you, I don't know where your aunt lives at.
She's in Adams County.
Okay, then she would have to report that to the Adams County Sheriff's Office or whatever jurisdiction she lives in. Just like, in the email I said, in regards to the situation with I guess it would be your stepfather-in-law or father-in-law?
Yeah, and daughter. They're going to be reaching out to the coroner and to his doctor and see if they can't correlate any of this. So they've been made aware of what's going on.
Okay, when were they made aware of that?
Huh? Just this week. Just this week, yeah.
And he was buried when?
He was died December, buried in January, and now David has his house. Convenient, isn't it?
Okay, let's see. So, where did you get your blood results back, or is that from the blood results?
It's from the hair follicle testing. Now I have 3 times the amount of thallium, which can kill you. I'm surprised I'm still walking around right now.
Okay.
So if you look at it, I can't pronounce a lot of these, strontium, barium, so it's a whole mixture of stuff. And then on top of that, you also got and I talked to the lab technician there, I asked him some questions about it, but on top of that, there's also the date rape stuff, where if you mix like THC with dextromethorphan, which is like some kind of like a Dayquil, NyQuil thing, and you mix that together with alcohol and stuff, that's also the date rape stuff. There's also pesticides found, which is versalide, and also cleaning products. So all that.
And when did you send that to my email?
Friday, as soon as I got it. That same day, so it was because I had court that day too, so it was Was it Thursday or Friday?
Friday.
Thursday. Sorry. Thursday.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
So I wasn't at work, man.
Okay.
So my thing is, I understand that you're saying that we're not.
I'm frustrated because if he had punched me, you guys would have arrested him. But attempted murder is okay.
But you're not listening. See, ma'am, it's the same thing I've been trying to explain to you. I have to have evidence. If I don't have any evidence, what am I supposed? I've been asking from you for the longest time in regards to the urine and blood test.
Okay, I gave you my medical records, and a lot of this stuff comes up in the hair, not in the urine and the blood.
I saw the medical release. I saw the medical release that you signed. Yes, ma'am, I did. But, okay, if I didn't get the medical records, you didn't email me the medical records, that you sent them to me yesterday. I wasn't at work yesterday. I'm actually on my day off, calling you on my day off to show you that I do care about your situation, about your case. That's why I'm calling you on my day off.
Well, I appreciate
you understand
that.
what I'm saying?
I appreciate that, and I'm. If he had killed me, he would have gotten away with it. If I wasn't healthy enough to withstand it, he would have gotten away with it.
But man, we're not at that point. So it's good that we're not at that point.
No, but you know what the long-term effects of these drugs are.
At the time. This is why I'm talking to you now. Okay? I sent to you on my last day at work. I told you I would call you on my days off, if time permitted. Okay? So I do have a couple of questions, though.
Okay.
All right. Now, the items that you left for me in those bags.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how some of them are correlating, like the suction thing. I understand how that
He's using them to mix
it.
the poisons with. You can see it in the video with him mixing the poison with the pipettes and that bulb thing.
What's that white length of sandpaper type material? What is that?
It's a tape that I had used for my floors. So a non-slip tape for the stairs. But we had it in the drawer. He cut it out, and in that day that he was on his beating off and everything, and I notated that in the summary for you so you can reference it. But he was cutting cords, cutting up tape. He dug a hole in the front yard that nobody seems to care about.
Okay. Ma'am, you see, I'm trying. Okay, if I didn't care, why would I be calling you on my day off when I could be spending that time with my daughter?
That's the thing. Nobody could, even look at it.
Okay, I'm giving you the time. You sent me 6,400 hours worth of video.
I know, and I understand that was a lot, but you also said you had to have all the videos so you can do a sequence of events.
I understand.
So, and I sent them all to you. You have access to my Google Drive, and I sent you the flash drive, and I put a summary on there so you can look at just the important videos without having to waste your time on all the mundane stuff.
But I still have to look at those videos, okay? But I'm asking you specifically in regards to the items that you sent me, okay? Because they do have to correlate to the case. That's why I'm asking you the information or asking the things that I'm asking you right now.
Well, he was planning on drugging me, raping me, killing me, and throwing me in a hole. Because, when I try to prove the intent, I get you have to prove it. But that's why I gave you the stuff. I mean, it was sitting in my house for 2 weeks in baggies waiting for something. And so, I dropped it off to you. You do what you want to do with it.
Why are you you know what?
I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated that nothing's getting done. I mean, look at.
What don't you understand? I have to have evidence. If I don't have your blood results, if I don't have your urine results, there's nothing I can do. You sent me the test results for the hair yesterday. I wasn't at work yesterday, and you're pissed off at me because I wasn't at work yesterday. I don't work 24/7, man. And I've called you on my day off to show you that I do care about your case. That's why I called you on my day off. Hello?
I'm listening. This happened on the 17th, early morning of the 17th last month. So
my thing is this. I'll give you a call since you don't want to talk to me now and
let us
not be cordial about it.
I'm trying to be, but you're not understanding.
I'll call you back.
This is volume. This is serious.
I understand your situation, ma'am. But again, I haven't gotten. You sent me the results yesterday. I wasn't at work yesterday. This is what I'm trying to get you to understand.
So I'm waiting for test results back. What about the CBI?
I tried to call you multiple times, contact you multiple times last week, and didn't get an answer from you.
And I tried to call you back, and I left messages because I got transferred to your voicemail.
All right, so I'm back at work Monday.
Okay.
So I'll call you Monday, since it's inappropriate for me to be talking to you now. But I guess that shows that I don't care. But, yeah, I'll give you a call Monday, probably around 7:30.
Okay.
19:30. All right?
All right, I'll be here. Have a good weekend.
Yep, you too. Bye.
This is Lieutenant Walter from Tulare County Sheriff's Office. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing okay.
I got your voicemail.
Okay.
Did you send those results to Deputy Livingston?
I did. I guess he wasn't in when
he comes back tonight.
Yeah.
So, just based on what your voicemail said, my instructions to him will be that case will go to the detectives so they can put together everything they need in order to, and the videos will be turned over to them also, so they can actually start trying to put the case all the way together for the DA. So this guy now, is he still living in Denver?
He's on Larsh Drive in Denver. He owns his mother's house, and so there's, I know it's been pretty stressful for Livingston, trying to juggle everything. I don't know if you guys are lacking the resources or what's, exactly, but I finally got some hair follicle testing back. A lot of these heavy metals don't show up in normal tests.
So what are the heavy metals? Which heavy metals are shown?
Thallium is a big one. That'll kill you. It's 3 times higher than what's supposed to be. Strontium, I can't pronounce a lot of these. And also pesticides and other things that I don't do drugs. And there's even THC. I don't do that. So what'll happen is he comes in tonight. He'll be instructed to refer the case with all the stuff that we have, your results, the video, all that will go to the detectives. They'll probably send stuff to CBI lab. Why wasn't that done already? Because he had, this is where my frustration was because I had evidence sitting here that night, wasn't taken. He had to come back the next day, take it.
One of the problems was that CBI labs were closed during COVID.
Okay, well.
So they've just opened back up.
All right, so that's where I'm like, I know there's some evidence, you can see it in the vials and stuff.
Not the only one. We have other stuff at CBI, but we have not been able to actually take stuff to CBI because their labs have been closed because of COVID-19.
Okay, so it's just, it's frustrating. And if he had actually killed me, if I wasn't healthy enough to withstand this, it probably would have been blamed on COVID. So.
Who knows? That's possible because they're calling everything COVID.
So thankfully I was smart enough to put a camera in because I had suspicions.
Well, getting him out of the house was a big step where he can't.
Well, yeah, but I'm still having a hard time getting the restraining order. So.
Really?
Well, yeah. So I went to the court that Monday following this incident, and the judge said it sounded pretty far-fetched. So I had the burden of proof, and so now I had to get Perkins Law involved to help me with the restraining order part.
That's crazy.
So I'm, this
Which
is where.
Which judge did you see?
In Cripple Creek, I can't remember her name.
Was it a female or a male?
Female. So there's only like 2 judges there, I guess.
Oh, okay, so it's Judge Kilgore.
Yeah, so.
She's much more, how do I put this politically correct?
I understand. So and so the restraining order, he can still go up by a firearm. I know it's just a piece of paper, doesn't really make much of a difference, but.
No, but it's good to have in place because that way if he ever shows up anywhere near your house, we can actually just arrest him immediately.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing I've been having a hard time. So there's a temporary in place, but I have another court date set. The
permanent.
Yeah, so now he's got a lawyer, and so now it's just gonna be dragged out, just trying to get a restraining order.
Yeah, I know Deputy Livingston tried to talk to him and was referred. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Talk to my lawyer.
I had to have 5 people. I even hired someone to try to serve him because he was evading service.
Of course.
So, this is where I'm at. And now he's got this lawyer, and I don't have one yet. I'm still looking. Perkins is just doing the one part of it. They're not doing the rest.
Right.
Not at this point, but I
just wanted to update you on what was going to happen going forward. So it will get referred to the detectives tonight.
Okay.
All the stuff will be turned over to them, and that detective will be probably getting a hold of you.
Okay.
And then they will be taking any of the evidence that needs testing. Being CBI is now open, that will go down to CBI and start getting tested, and they'll start working on getting it to where hopefully we'll be able to get an arrest on him. Now he'll probably bond right back out, so the arrest alone isn't going to solve your problem.
I know, but at least he won't be able to get away with it. Like he's already trying to get other people. He's going to do it to somebody else. And I believe there was some foul play with his stepdad and some other issues too. So
well, hopefully we will get him up this time on an attempted murder.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I don't know him. I don't know if he's got a lot of money. I mean,
no, but he took it. He's just.
If he can afford good lawyers, then it becomes more drawn out.
I don't know. I know with his stepfather having the same symptoms that I had, and dying in December, and
where did his stepfather live?
He was in Adams County, and I was recently in contact with his son and daughter, and told them what I thought, and they're going to be contacting the coroner and his doctor. Right. Unfortunately, the guy was cremated. So hopefully, I'm hoping they have some kind of medical records. It's just convenient that David now owns a house that's paid for.
Go figure.
Yeah. So, that and then some other issues with the family, and I have suspicions, but I don't have any concrete things. So.
Right. So you should expect in the next few days, we'll say before the end of the week, that a detective would have called you.
Okay.
And if that has not happened, go ahead and call again and ask for me. I don't spend a lot of time in my office necessarily, but leave me a voicemail and I will find out what the problem is.
And then I feel bad for Livingston. I've been putting a lot of pressure on him, so I do apologize. I know he's been a little overwhelmed because it's a lot of footage. So.
We have X number of deputies, and we have more cases than they can.
And that's what I was thinking. After I talked to him the other day, I was like, he just doesn't have the resources. I mean, he's looking at this stuff from his home, and it's not, That's,
no, he was doing stuff from house. I know that.
Yeah, so I feel bad for the guy, but I'm still frustrated too because my cognitive abilities are kind of coming back, but I don't know what the long-term damage is from this stuff.
This has been a rough beginning, rough 2020 for the sheriff's office. We've had murder. We've had did a raid on Nazi compound. We had an officer involved shooting. So we've had.
It's been a hell of a year. But I hope they're keeping you funded. So I heard something about defunding. I'm like, oh my God.
Teller County is the community is really good to us. I have no complaints. I mean,
I've always,
there's a few, but generally our Teller County community is great.
Well, as long as you don't break the law, I don't know what people's problem is. So that's,
I agree.
But so now I'm going, I really need you guys, and where are you? So I understand you guys had a lot on your plate, but I really want something done about this. I got more doctor's appointments.
I'd be pressing this too.
I mean, he's been doing this to me for a long time.
Probably longer than we suspect. So we will see. But hopefully we.
This is the thing.
I'm optimistic that we will be able to get an arrest on him.
And I don't know if I could prove it or not, but we had domestic in Castle Rock, and he had his record sealed. And I don't remember how he weaseled his way back in. So, possibly is one way to control someone is to drug them.
Correct.
So, that's been going back years. And now, when I told him I wanted to leave, and I had my grandma come in and kind of threw a wrench into things for him, and he decided he's going to kill me off. So, and I got, you still being evil, you still want that divorce, you still, so. I've got to talk to the lab.
For a living.
He works for, and they go around and service restaurant equipments like ice cream machines, grills. Like he spends a lot of time at McDonald's. That's probably why he's so fat. But he's got access to like cleaning chemicals and industrial strength stuff, and he works with Russians. I know I don't know if that correlates or anything, but how did he get his hands on thallium? Because it's not even legal in the U.S.
Correct. So that'd be interesting to know where that came from.
Yeah, so he does work with some foreigners. Some of them I know one of them for sure just recently got his citizenship. But, then his family too, they're sneaky. I don't know if you know anything about the IRA, but his family has a history in that. So.
Republican Army?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, they couldn't come through the ports in New York. They had to sneak over the Canadian border. His grandpa did. So, that's where and his uncle, and, so that's where the rabbits come in from and I know it's a different county, and my aunt didn't call the cops because she didn't know what it meant. But I know what it means.
Huh.
So these are things I guess I'll talk to the detective about, and I know nothing's going to be done about that, but I mean, I still don't feel safe here. I'm still, walking around with my gun in my house, I don't know when he's going to come back, and if that restraining order isn't put in place, he can come back at any time.
Right. You've got the temporary now, but you need the permanent, so...
Yeah, and then, too, I don't know if I'm going to stay here, if I have to move. Everything's kind of up in the air, so I'm under...
His name is a house in.
Well, see, it was in both our names at first because he used my income to qualify for it. And then last year, just the end of last year, he berated me and, wouldn't let it go until I signed the paper so it could put it all in his name. And then I reminded him that it doesn't matter because it's community property when you're married.
It won't matter.
And I told him that, and then he got pissed. He was pissed off about that. He was pissed off when he found out I didn't have him on my life insurance policy. Yeah, that was a good one. That's when he started sleeping downstairs.
Right.
So he was mad about that. He even went out and got a restraining order against my son because he was jealous of my son all these years. The stuff my son had to go through is ridiculous.
This guy sounds like a real jewel.
So he threatened to throw me in jail if he caught me on the phone with my kid. I wasn't allowed to talk to my dad.
He's going to throw you in jail for that.
I don't know. He was constantly pretending to call the cops on me, and then it'd be well, let me talk to him. You can go tell on yourself, So he got a lot of gaslighting.
That's all the methods of manipulation.
Yeah, I mean, and I was just confused and dizzy, and I couldn't function. I couldn't even do my chores. I was falling over. I went to the doctor, had blood work done, thinking maybe I was diabetic or something. This it's been going on for a while, but now I have tumors. I have surgery coming up, and if he shows up when I'm trying to recover, I don't know if I'm going to be able to deal with it. So, and that's partly I have to remove tumors, and I'm reading some of the side effects of these heavy metal toxins, and some of that could be caused by that. And, I'm not a doctor, but I've always been healthy, and then all of a sudden I have all these problems. My hair's falling out, so, I used to have really nice hair, now I don't. So now this is where I guess I'll go over all this with the detectives if they have the time.
And I go back through it all with you. So, like I said, you should get contacted this week by a detective, and if you don't, leave me a voicemail so I can go there and level their cage. But they're aware. I've already just talked to them and told them this case will be coming to them. So.
Right. And I do have more doctor's appointments coming up next week, and probably ongoing for a while. I got to find, probably do some kind of detox.
But they'll schedule, if they want to come out and physically talk to you other than on the phone, they'll schedule a time that's convenient.
Yeah, and I know Livingston was waiting for blood results, but this stuff doesn't show up in normal tests. They have to.
Right, you have to go specifically for those things.
So
right?
and then
heavy metals, a lot of times you got to pee in a 3-liter jug.
And I did that, but it was 2 weeks after the fact. But I was reading that you had to do it within 24 hours of being exposed. Well, it was 2 weeks before my doctor got around to doing it, because they didn't know what to do either. They're not used to dealing with stuff like this. It's a small town.
Right.
So,
Well, hopefully we'll work through this. I just wanted to update you and tell you what you should expect.
Okay.
If that does not happen, then make sure that I know so that I can take care of it.
Yeah, and I am sorry for Livingston. I can tell he was really frustrated with me. But
yeah, well, I mean, it's part of it's our job. It's just that sometimes you have so much on your plate that it's hard to get through it all. But that's part that comes with our job, so it's okay.
So yeah, I'm frustrated. He's frustrated. We're all frustrated.
Yeah.
But hopefully you guys can get through the rest of the year without any major problems.
Yeah, and this is one of those difficult ones. In order to get through, you got to get through all the things. Poisoning is one of the more difficult. It's easy when someone points a gun at someone. That's easy.
Oh, yeah.
This is a more difficult one.
Well, he's sneaky, and he's a coward because he couldn't kill me to my face. And I know it sounds silly, but it's a coward.
No.
So
yeah, I agree. But Yeah, he is a coward. First of all, the whole manipulation stuff is cowardly. I mean, yeah.
And I found, I know the records are sealed from Castle Rock, but I did find some of those documents, and I sent them over. They're on my Google Drive, I think. So I'll give all that stuff to them. And I know it's sealed, so I don't know what they do if the case is reopened, if they open those back up. So I don't know how that works exactly.
Yeah,
but it's still pertinent to it because I think, I believe that he's been doing it to me for a long time. So,
possibly, yes.
But, okay, all right. Well,
Alrighty.
Thank you for listening.
You are welcome.
Right, thanks. Bye.
Have a great day.
I'll try. Thank you.
Alrighty. Take care.